Charlie Gasparino last.
I wrote a column in the Post today based on interviews with Wall Street executives. Let's back up.
Very good column.
Wall Street knows Trump really well. They lent him money over the years. He screwed them left and right. They know that you literally have to discount.
Well, he didn't screw all of them left.
He screwed 90% of them. 70 banks he had to cut deals with him over his real estate and casinos, and he didn't quite default, but he had to do workouts. He almost defaulted on junk bonds.
So they know the guy, and
they know the guy.
What?
They don't trust him. They think he's full of it. And ironically, all this trade stuff, I believe.
Well, he's president, and they're not.
But I know that. But ironically, all this trade stuff, they think it's one big pile of BS, and that he won't go through with it, based on their prior experience with him.
Well, but some
ironically,
of the they may not like tariffs, but it's got China's attention, and I think that's
but I'm saying the reason
that might compel them to at least do something.
But the reason why the market's up, that's why I'm pointing. The Wall Street guys just don't believe he's going to go through it, because he doesn't go through with a lot of stuff he says.
Well, but they could be anticipating that a deal is struck, right?
Well, they could. I think this is a lot of conjecture, but this is business dealings. I mean, if you think about this, you've got two sides, two very strong-willed sides, really trying to get what they want. And so now it's a matter of laying the cards on the table to find out who's going to blink first. What do we really want, and what are we going to end up at?
You know his view, the president's view has been for decades, right? The Chinese need us a heck of a lot more than we need them. We always kowtow to them. We shouldn't do that. In negotiating tactics, is that a good strategy to take, to reverse what has been going on in the past?
Well, I think if you're trying, nothing changes till something changes, right? And I think what he's trying to do is the punch in the nose to get their attention, and then to try to hug it out and talk about it.
I would send you there, because your voice is so scary, threatening. Because everyone else is not going to have as deep a voice.
Well, I mean, as you look at this, we all know how to do business. How do you approach something like this, where you can't force someone to do anything, but what you're trying to do is move the needle in the right direction
and get the other side to realize we have got to get over this hump, right?
That's right.
I should point out that the guys that are controlling the market know Trump. They don't believe he's a great negotiator. They believe he's full of it. And I am telling you, when you go down the line,
you never have a good word.
No, but I'm just telling you that he's got a long history, and I covered it for years. They don't believe he's going to go through with a trade war.
Is this the same crowd that didn't think that he would ever declare for president or ever think that he would get elected?
They never cared. They never cared.
Well, I'm just saying. We had our run-ins on about the fact that
this is the crowd that
controls. But he got those tax cuts, right?
This is the crowd.
He got those regulations,
right? That's
so maybe he gets the trifecta with it.
Well, no, I don't. I'm not saying he didn't get a deal out of China. What I'm saying is that they don't believe, when dollars comes to donuts, that all his rhetoric on trade is
reality. This is the fastest you have gotten a negative email. Tell Charlie he's full of it. Mrs. Charlie Gasparino.
What would my mother say to that?
From your wife.
What would my mother say to that?
I just want to know who's going to be collateral damage, because if this thing goes as follows,
well, right now farmers are.
Then that's going to be but there's more, because the farmers will be collateral damage, and then maybe some of his voter base in some of these states. If you look at, let's just say layoffs. If there's some layoffs with
consumers,
these people.
by the way, might like this, because ironically, this sounds weird. But when you talk about soybeans, all those prices collapsing, pork bellies collapsing, and all of that, we would pay less at the store for that stuff.
And
that's kind of weird.
That would be a good thing with his base as well. But it's a twofold issue, because if you start having small town USA, you start having, some layoffs as a result of this, then people are going to take notice. People don't. The average everyday Joe doesn't really look at the markets and things until it pertains to them, until it affects them.
They don't care about the stock market so much. They don't care about their jobs, although they look at their portfolio. I mean, listen, everybody's in the market now. But again, I get back to the point, that the smart money, the people with money in the game, they are looking at this as a glass half full scenario.
Well, they're bullish on the economy. Navarro's bullish on the economy.
And people that have dealt with them think that it's all bluster.
But there is a lot you were mentioning about the kind of things you build into this to try to extract concessions or whatever. There are a lot of generous timetables here. 60-day cooling off period before you even talk about another cooling off period. That in one case would be 180 days. So you have a lot of time to sit down, negotiate, wrangle out something, right?